Surge came out a couple days ago, and I was surprised to see that this is one of her best decks. Now, in case you didn't know, Surge is a 2-cost, 2-power card with text that reads, on reveal, give the top card of your deck -1 cost and +1 power. After you play it, repeat this ability. So she's basically a buffing, ramping domino effect that can be really good for you. I was surprised at just how good she was in this deck as well. It makes sense when you think about it though, given that you are guaranteed to always be able to play whatever you top deck on turn 3. Your main idea for the deck is going to be to get Surge down on 2, and then from that point play your top decks however you need to win, most of the time at least. Even if you don't draw Surge by turn 2, you should still be fine because you can just play it like a normal Surfer deck, and Surfer is pretty good. Now if you've got any other questions, make sure to ask me down in the comments! And let's jump right into the games. Alright, so... I gotta do it. I have to, right? It'll make everything we're playing free with +4 power. It has to be done. We're playing Surge left. I'm doing it. She's the new card. One of the new cards. We're gonna go ahead and play Surge left, and this is gonna be awesome. I'm not sure if they also play Surge left. That's awesome. I'm gonna point at them. So their Surge is doing a lot of stuff. I really hope we top deck a Gorgon. If we don't top deck a Gorgon, this is looking really scary. Honestly, even if we do, because everything they're drawing is gonna be -4 cost. This is probably opening the video. Surge going off 8 times this game. That's awesome. Okay, Panopticron is really scary. We actually get the Gorgon, though. Okay. So we can play Gorgon. We can also play, like, Fastos if we want to. I think we do. I think we play Gorgon Fastos. The only problem... I guess maybe we play Fastos right. They played so many cards! They have to have a Killmonger. There's no way. Or a Strange Supreme. Like, something. There's no way they just, like, completely filled up their stuff this much. That Red Guardian doesn't end up hitting anything. We play a Gorgon mid, which is obviously going to hurt their stones a little bit, hopefully, maybe. I'm not exactly sure how it works. The -4 from the Surge might just completely override it. I think Galacta is awesome to play. They're snapping. I wish they didn't. I really wish they didn't snap. Is there ever a world where we do something like this? I think so. I think this feels pretty good to play. They do play a Strange Supreme, okay. And then they play a Wiccan. Yeah, so Strange might start eating the Surges as well, I guess. And that would be bad for them. Strange is going to go up to 9. So it's the last turn we can play into the Vault. I think we definitely just want to go ahead and do something like this, trying to win it. Then from this point, like, Brood is going to be really big. We're tied left. We know that we're pretty big mid as well. Like, I don't know. I feel like we do have a chance here. Red Guardian's gonna hit the Space Stone. That is a Thanos. It's not enough unless they can play all the stones. Which I feel like isn't a guarantee. Copycat, what is it? Copycat's an Eliath. Which is actually awesome. I think we might just win here. Even if they play a Power Stone and manage to play both stones, we're going to turn that off because of the Eliath. So I think we're okay. There's the Power Stone, but it doesn't matter. There's the Reality Stone, but it doesn't matter, like I just said. And then Strange Supreme, eat whatever the hell you want. We end up getting the win there. That is awesome. Crazy game there. You love to see it. Surge is amazing. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got Rickety Bridge on the left, which could definitely be annoying. Mid is going to reveal to be Onslaught Citadel. We have Captain Carter as an ongoing. Let's go ahead and play Surge right. I think that's fine. Copycat. Copycat gave us Iron Man? Iron Man. Panopticon on the right is awesome. We can play a Fastos here. We're going to kill them. They're going to lose. They're snapping. We're gonna snap back. Let's play... Like, there's no way we lose this. We have a copycat Iron Man. I can't mess this up, right? Let's play Fastos mid. I think that's fine. They are an ongoing deck, probably. I guess that is notable. They go ahead and play Magic right. Okay. Yeah, maybe we save the Red Guardian to try and hit one of their ongoing cards that they put mid. So here's Gorgon. We can definitely go ahead and play like a Gorgon right. I feel like I want to play like a Shaw, but also I want to wait for Shaw to get buffed. I don't know. Like, I want to wait for a Gwenpool or a Galacta, right? Let's... or even a Forge, right? Let's wait. Let's wait. I want to wait for something better. So we're going to go ahead and play Gorgon right, mostly just for the power and to keep the Surge stuff going. That's going to be a Mr. Negative, which is terrifying. The problem for them is they have to play a card into Rickety Bridge to destroy it now. Right? So we can always play a Captain Carter mid. I would like to wait for more buffs, but it's not really looking like it's going to happen. I want to play the Sebastian Shaw, but like it's not good at 4. I want more. Could play the Red Guardian, but I think we gotta wait on that. We gotta wait on the Copycat too. The problem is we can't wait on everything. We're gonna play Captain Carter mid and just Captain Carter. I don't know. I'm sticking with it. It's gonna be an Esme Cuckoo on the right. Obviously scary. Could have given them an Iron Man. 25% chance to. They're gonna go ahead and play Cassandra Nova mid, which is only gonna buff them by 4, putting it at 5. Now, there's Brood. Okay. I think Shaw's gotta go right. I want to play the Brood, but I also want to wait. We could just play the Brood there. Okay. I'm scared about how this is going to go. So that is going to be a Ravona, okay. And then that's a Havoc. Havoc's going to get destroyed. We really don't know what they have. This is always the best play for us. And I think it wins. We're doing so good mid. They only had a 25% chance to get an Iron Man. I don't think... Sorry. I don't think they can even contest mid with anything other than an Iron Man. And given that we know Rickety Bridge is going to get destroyed, I think we're fine. I'm a little bit scared, but it's just so... It's 108 power. Gore left is dead, so it doesn't matter. Mystique copies the Gore. Like, good. Mystique's going to get big, but it doesn't matter. Taskmaster is going to win right. So fair play to them. But the Gore and the Surfer both get destroyed. And we win the tiebreak. That's absolutely awesome. I can't breathe. I don't... My bad. But we are going to go ahead and get the win there. That is awesome. You'll love to see it. Alright, so we got Panopticon on the left, which is going to be pretty good. Let's see what we got mid. Mid is going to reveal to be Sakaar. Okay, cool. We could go ahead and play a Gorgon, I guess. We'll play a Gorgon left. Copycat took Killmonger. Okay. So, from this point, we've got a Shaw, we've got a Fastos, we've got a Brood. We obviously have a Killmonger, a Copycat. We'll see what gets pulled down into Sakaar. Brood was probably the worst one. That's okay, though. There, and then that's going to be a Doc Ock. It's either going to pull a Shaw or a Fastos. It's going to pull a Shaw. Okay, so at least we can still get, like, pretty big there. But you don't love it. Hotel Inferno, definitely going to play into that. Technically speaking, if you want to get into the statistics of it, playing into Hotel Inferno is actually a net negative most of the time. I don't care. It's fun. We kill their Daredevil. Alright. Maximus is going to give us a Gwenpool and a Captain Carter. That's pretty cool. We have a Surge as well, so we could play Gwenpool and Surge, and that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll play Gwenpool, Surge right, setting up for a Captain Carter left. Gwenpool is going to buff up Captain Carter, which is absolutely awesome, and then we also play a Surge. That is going to be a Juggernaut mid, giving them the lead, at least for now. There is Forge. Yeah, I think we definitely play Captain Carter and Forge here. Setting up for next turn, where I hope we top deck a Surfer. If we top deck a Red Guardian, then I'm kind of sad. But we'll see. They're going to play a Gamora. Yeah, no, that's really big. The problem for us is that they almost definitely have, like, a Cannonball. And that's really annoying for us. So that's going to be a Red Guardian. Okay. Let's think about this. I don't... Because it's going to be Cannonball. The question you have to think about is where do they play the Cannonball, right? I think it feels considerably... Well, okay, here's the thing. If they're thinking about it, they'll play the Cannonball right. Because that's the right play. Ooh. I wonder, because we're revealing first, too. Do we always beat a Cannonball? Because the thing is that it'll kill the Forge left. But Captain Carter is 8. So Forge will put it down... And actually, maybe it won't end up killing the Forge. It would kill the Red Guardian. Okay, we're actually fine against a Cannonball. Yeah, no, they retreat. Awesome. Okay, the reason we're fine against a Cannonball is because if they play a Cannonball right, that's putting them at 8 power, but we reveal first, so it's always going to kill the Galacta. That's 8 to 12. They haven't played a Hood yet, so they can't play a Demon along with it. So, we win right. If they play a Cannonball left, yeah, it hurt. It would kill, like, a, let's see, Red Guardian would have gone 7 plus 8, would have been to 15, right? It would have killed a 15-power Red Guardian, but it would have replaced it with an 8-power Rock because of Captain Carter. So we were completely fine left as well. That's actually absolutely awesome for us. And an amazing win. You'll love to see it. Oh, okay. Copycat gonna go ahead and copy Makari. Which is completely fine. It's gonna fly down into Hala, which is a little bit annoying. Well, I guess not. No, because we're always gonna win Hala. We're fine, yeah. We could play a Forge into a Phastos. I don't necessarily love the idea, though, so I'd rather play a Gorgon. We'll go ahead and play Gorgon mid. And then, let's see, that's going to be a Sam. Yeah, no, a little bit scary, especially since the shield is going to get bigger off of Panopticon, but that's okay. Right is going to reveal to be TVA. Okay. Yeah, we'll play Phastos left, and we hope that what happens here is... It's one of the 3-cost cards we have, and it gets, like, -1 cost. Okay, now we kind of have to win mid. Oh, or do we? They're going to be so confident that this Negasonic wins it. We win. Forge left, Brood right, this is going to win. Every single time. So you could have gone with the Brood mid, because Panopticon's really good with Brood. And that was definitely an interesting idea, and probably would have won. Let's see, would have been 4 plus 2 6s... So that would have been 12 plus 4, putting us to 16, plus 3 obviously goes to 19. So that does win as well. But I felt like this was the cooler way to do it. Good win for us there. That is absolutely awesome. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got a Phastos, a Shaw, a Brood, and a Gwenpool. Let's see what we top deck. Hopefully it's one of our 2-cost cards, either a Surge or a Forge or a Gorgon. It's actually going to be super flow, so we can play a Phastos, which is awesome. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and play Phastos right. That's really good. We could play a Gwenpool next turn. Probably also play the Gwenpool right. Yeah. They go ahead and play an Esme. That's a cool variant. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So... From this point, let's see what we got. We got a Baxter building. I think we can elect to play a Gwenpool right. I think that's completely fine. We're probably going to set up for playing, like, a Brood left. Maybe we play, like, a Forge Brood, something like that. And then we're going to have Sebastian Shaw, which is going to be really big on the right. Sorry. Alright, so I don't imagine they play anything into Murder World unless they play, like, a magic. They played 2 cards mid. Okay. Luna Snow. Oh, okay. So they turn off Super Flow for both of us, while also giving us the energy ramping stuff anyway, right? Like, I'm not too bothered by it. We could go ahead and play Forge and Brood, and I don't hate it, but I kind of just want to play a Galacta here. I'm kinda just fine with that. Maybe we play a Galacta mid. Yeah. We'll play Galacta mid so that we can play a Forge mid next turn as well, and then play a Brood left. That will set us up pretty good. Yeah, we like Brood more than Captain Carter. So we're gonna go ahead and play Forge and Brood left. Brood is going to be very big left, setting up for, ideally, a Silver Surfer top deck. If we don't get the Surfer top deck, we could probably just play like a Sebastian Shaw and a Red Guardian and be completely fine. That's going to be a Victoria Hand on the left, along with a Frigga. Now, we could actually turn off Victoria Hand, which we might do. They go ahead and play a Ravonna. We are going to play a Forge. Forge is going to buff up this Brood a lot. Now, the only problem here is that we don't have priority, which is kinda scary, but I do think that if we just do something like this, we'll probably win. Right, like, you gotta think this giant Sebastian Shaw is gonna give us the win, because Shaw's going up to, what, 13, then plus another 4 up to 17, that's pretty good, puts us at 27, plus 4 from the Surfer is going to put us up to 31, plus another 2 from the Fastos puts us up to 33. That's pretty hard for them to beat at 12. We're also going to buff left by 6, and then another 4 from the Baxter building, going all the way up to 31. I don't think they beat that at 13. And then, I mean, mid we go to 17, and actually they're not even at 13, they're at 9. Mid we go up to 17, and they fall down to 11. So, or no, they don't, 4, they fall down to 10. Used to be 3. Makes more sense that it's 4. And I got it right on the Murder World. I don't know why my brain reverted back to what it used to be for a second. They're gonna go ahead and play a Victoria Hand, that's fine. They play a Soulstone, that's okay. Sage might give us a run for our money, but only stops at 29. Oh my god, the Power Stone, didn't think of it. They're gonna win. No, it was pretty unlikely that they'd be able to do all of that along with the Power Stone, so yeah. No, fair play to them. Yep, good win for them there. I thought we were going to have that one, but we didn't. Infinity Ultron just got too big. We only lost by 4, but, you know, still enough to lose by. Good win for them. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We have a Surge that we can play on too, which is absolutely awesome. We have Death's Domain, which is going to be great with Brood. They go ahead and play a Misty Knight. Okay. Oh, damn. So Panopticron's really good with Brood as well, obviously. I don't think we can necessarily play a Brood there, though. I think we have to play Brood left. That's going to be Thaddeus Ross. Okay. Interesting. So that is Crown City, and we top deck a Captain Carter. Okay. Yeah, so we are always going to play Captain Carter right here, I think. Yeah. I think that's always the right thing to do. They're going to go ahead and play a Kyera. Unfortunately, they are going to draw a card, but there's nothing much we can do about it. So that is going to be a Fastos. We can definitely play Fastos right with like a Gorgon if we wanted. Maybe a Forge. Maybe we play the Forge into the Fastos. No, I think we do it this way. I think this is good. So we're going to play Fastos and Forge, which is obviously going to make Surge activate again, or on reveal, activate's a different thing. I don't know. I used to just always say activate, so now I still say it sometimes, even though it's a different thing. I've been saying it for longer than they introduced it. So that's going to be Fastos on the right, giving us the lead, and then we have Forge mid as well. Misty Knight's going to buff up their Kyera. Okay, Brood we really want to play. I think here we can maybe do something like this. The only problem is I don't know if we want to play the Galacta right. I think... I mean, we're already super big there, though. Maybe this is fine. We'll play Galacta right. Because, I mean, that puts us up to 23. That's pretty good. And then with Surfer, that's going to buff us up even more. Yeah. Because Captain Carter is going to be a total of 6, putting us up to 29. Another 2 puts us up to 31. So that's a lot of power to have there. So now we have Shaw, which we definitely just want to go ahead and play mid. I think we just play the Shaw and wait. Unfortunately, we are going to let them draw something, and we're going to reconnect to the game. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and play the Shaw mid. It's going to be 16 power. That's a lot and absolutely awesome. So we know they're playing an Infinite and a She-Hulk, right? I just really don't care. I think we're just winning. We're too big mid, we're too big right, and we're too big left. Because they have to play an Infinite to flip left, or a Hulk, right? They might be playing a Hulk, who knows? They have to play one of those to flip left. She-Hulk isn't enough. She-Hulk isn't going to win mid, and it can't flip right. So, we're just winning. And my dog's eating a tissue box. Okay. I hope our opponent retreats, because that's what I imagine they should do. Okay, no, they're going to stay, so they're going to lose. I hope they lose quickly, because I have to stop my dog from eating a tissue box. But nonetheless, Sebastian Shaw, going to go up to 20. That's going to be a Hulk. If they play a Shang-Chi, they could actually win. That's going to be a Hydra Bob, and then on top of it is a She-Hulk. That's not enough. There you go. You'll love to see it. Good win for us. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got Morag on the left, which is going to be completely fine. That's going to be a Zabu mid. Alright. So let's see. Mid is going to reveal to be Nidavellir. Yeah, that's alright. We have a Brood that's pretty good there. Don't get anything to play on 2, which is a little bit annoying. Theoretically, we could play a Phastos on 3, but I'm just not sure how sold on that I really am. And there's Surge. Despite being a turn late, I do think Surge is just genuinely the best card we can play here. So we are going to go ahead and play a Surge mid. They're going to play a Hope Summers right, which is a little bit annoying, but we're going to have priority, so theoretically we could play Red Guardian if we wanted to, especially if we have a Gorgon or a Forge. That's going to be a Galacta, though. I think we're just going to go ahead and play a Galacta right here. We can definitely play like a Brood mid into whatever we top deck left. That is going to be a Captain Marvel, which is obviously a little bit annoying. It's okay, though. Oh, wait, we didn't have priority. I think I said we had priority. I lied. My bad. So, Gwenpool was actually the worst possible top deck there. I think we gotta play a Brood mid. And then from that point, we just gotta hope that Shaw has enough left. That is going to be a Surge, and then on top of it is a Gwenpool. Yeah, no, that's really scary. I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping they're just afraid of how big we are mid. And then they'll try to win left instead. The only problem... Huh. Is that, like, we're not actually getting very big left. Can we ever get away with something like this? If we play Shaw right, Shaw's gonna go to 3. Because of the sewer system. But then +4 is gonna put him up to 7. And that's just a tie. Do we think we win the tiebreak? We might win the tiebreak. Let's try it. I would recommend retreating here, but I'm curious enough. So that is going to make us tie right. That's going to be a Kitty Pryde mid. So Juggernaut left. Galacta mid. Puts them to 26, we win. Yeah, so the reason we won there is because the Captain Marvel can't move mid because it's not within 10 power, because 5 plus 5 is 10, so what they needed to get to was 33, they only got to 26. And then they're only winning by 3 left, we're winning by a bunch more mid because of Native Valir, and we end up getting the win. So that's absolutely awesome. Love to see it. Good win for us there. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got the Abbey on the left, which is going to be completely fine. We definitely play a Gorgon on 2 here, because they are a Thanos deck. That is going to be Space Stone. Just going to make them draw even more cards. A little bit unfortunately. White Hot Room. Okay. Yeah, we definitely play Gorgon. Arguably, you could play a Forge into a Brood. We are going to play a Gorgon because they're a Thanos deck, and that's awesome. They play Strange Supreme. Very cool Strange Supreme variant. Is this like the What If variant? That's kind of what it looks like, right? Let me click on it. I want to see. Oh, no. Never mind. Yeah, no, really cool variant. I like it. X-Mansion on the right. I think we just got to play a Brood. What'd Copycat take? Copycat took Kahori. Okay. Yeah, so I think we definitely just got to go ahead and play a Brood here. They're going to play a Mobius, which is a little bit annoying, but, like, we have a bunch of energy, so whatever. It's going to be an X-Mansion on the right. That is a Hawkeye. Okay, could be potentially big for them. And then that's an Ajax. Okay, well, that's bigger than Hawkeye will ever be. Strange Supreme is getting very big mid, and we're obviously annoyed by that, but can't do much about it at this point. We could play a Galacta into a Shaw. I don't hate it. Could also play a Galacta into a Forge. That's also not horrible. I think we will do it. So their Hawkeye gets pretty big on the right. Going up to 4 at least. And then let's see. Red Guardian is going to turn off our Galacta. Come on, man. What did Strange just eat? Sorry, I looked away for a second. Did it eat the Hawkeye? Yeah. Okay. Could play a Gwenpool. What was Copycat again? Copycat's a Kahori. I like the idea of playing a Gwenpool. I really do. I think... like, maybe we do something like this. So then we can play Shaw and Carter and Captain Carter next turn. Feels pretty good. We're going to go ahead and play a Gwenpool right, which is it only going to hit Shaw? Oh my god. And then they play a Mockingbird. Ah, sorry. Okay, we're back. Accidentally muted my mic for a second. Alright, we have Mockingbird on the right. Man. Okay. I think this is how we have to do it. I feel inclined to say that they're going to try to win right. So we're just going to play a Shaw. Yeah, and they retreat. Okay. The only thing that they could have done to beat us there was they could have anticipated us playing a Shang-Chi, and or not a Sebastian Shaw, and then they could have played a Shang-Chi right. Shang-Chi puts them up to 15. They need then something that is like a 2-4 or higher, and 2-4 just ties. So I don't know. It was pretty rough for them to be able to win there, but yeah, you love to see it. Good one for us. Absolutely awesome. Alright, so let's see what we got here. They went ahead and played an Ant-Man into Panopticon. We could definitely play a Forge. I don't hate it. I think we can definitely go ahead and play Forge into either Captain Carter or Brood. And then turn 4, we definitely want to play a Gwenpool. That's going to be Sanctum. Okay. Let's... I think Surge is a little bit too late here. I don't mind the Captain Carter. They have a shield, which is a little bit annoying. I think we play Captain Carter, though. They're going to go ahead and play Cosmo. Okay, that's really annoying. We could play, like, Gorgon Surge, because they are a Thanos deck. That does feel notable. Of course, it's reconnecting. Awesome. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, I think this is notable enough to do it. They're going to play a Captain America mid along with a Space Stone. Yeah. So we're going to play Gorgon left, and then from that point we have a Surge.
Clear for takeoff.
Now, there's Shaw, which is pretty good. Is there ever a world where we just do something like this and think that it's enough? I'm not sure about that, but I think we have to go with it. So they're going to play a Blue Marvel mid. They're locked out mid. We know they're playing a Thanos left, right? Like, that has to be their play. We're up to 17 mid. Actually, Space Stone. Nothing can stop you from playing or moving Thanos. I can't read. They just play Thanos right and they win. So, unfortunate. Good win for them, though. Alright, so we've got Panopticon on the left. Let's see what we got here. We can definitely go ahead and play a Surge on 2. That's going to be a Limbo. That's completely fine. Just going to mean more Surge activations. Let's go ahead and play Surge left, maybe. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll go ahead and play Surge left from that point. I'm not sure what we're looking to play on turn 3. Probably just whatever we top deck, unless it's a Surfer, obviously. Hey, they also play Surge. So let's see what right is going to be. Right is going to be an X-Mansion. We are definitely just going to play Red Guardian here. Sucks that we didn't end up having priority, but that's okay. The Surge will still be turned off for most of the game. We'll see what X-Mansion ends up giving both of us. I hope it obviously gives us something better. If it doesn't, that's okay. We might look to play like a Gwenpool next turn instead of whatever we top deck. I'm a little bit indecisive on that, but we'll see. And maybe we play Galacta instead, actually, because Galacta's going to get the extra activations from Limbo. And Galacta's generally better to play first instead of Gwenpool anyway. Yeah. They're going to go ahead and play an Angela and a Kate Bishop. One of those was hit by Surge. I think it was the Angela. But at least we turn off the Surge. Ah, man, I need a drink of water. This whole recording session, my throat's been, like, dry. It's very annoying. We can definitely go ahead and play a Galacta here. I would have liked to play Brood, but I think it's fine. We're going to save that Aranya for hitting a Shaw, because that would be really, really good. So then... Or maybe hitting a Captain Carter. We'll see. From this point, after the Galacta, next turn, we probably play like a Brood and a Captain Carter, and then we can set up for a Gwenpool on 6, along with another thing from Surge. So let's see, that's going to be Hope Summers and Zabu, which is completely fine. I think we can definitely play like a Brood here. We can activate Aranya, and we can play a... let's play Captain Carter. And I think this should be completely fine. We'll be playing whatever we top deck, as long as we don't top deck a Surfer, because that would be pretty bad for us. Don't want to play a Surfer on 6, we're going to want to play a Surfer on 7. That is going to be a Jeff, which is fine. We have Brood, who is going to be Giant on the left, going all the way up to 24 power. And then Aranya is going to activate, pulling the Captain Carter right. Buffing up Captain Carter is obviously very good for us. Now, let's see. We end up top decking a Gorgon. Yeah, I think that's fine. We could go ahead and play like Gwenpool and Gorgon. That's going to be completely okay. We'll play Gwenpool on the right, and then next turn we're obviously going to play like a Shaw and a Phastos, or a Shaw and ideally a Surfer. I hope we top deck it by this point. If we don't top deck it, then that will be kind of sad, but you know, whatever. Either way, Gwenpool's going to be buffing up the Phastos and the Shaw a decent amount to make just playing them a pretty reasonable idea. And it's not like they're very big mid anyway, so we should be okay. Or left. Mostly I think we are just completely fine here. So let's see. They move the Jeff a little preemptively. They might be turning off Limbo. I'd be surprised, but I've seen crazier things. Gonna buff up the Shaw and the Phastos. Absolutely awesome. We go ahead and play a Gorgon. Right is an Enchantress, so gonna turn off Captain Carter, which is obviously sad. And then mid, is that a Scarlet Witch? No, it's a Scarlet Spider. Okay. So they locked themselves out mid, I guess, to play the Enchantress, but they could have waited to do that. That is a Galacta anyway. So we could definitely play, like, Copycat into Shaw. That's pretty cool. If we do that mid, it's going to be +6. Putting us to 19. I think... Yeah, I don't know. I think we maybe have to do that. Well, we could just play Fastos. Fastos is maybe better with the +8, putting us up to 21. It makes us feel a little bit more secure. This is obviously going to be +3, plus another 2, putting us up to, what, 13? So then that's going to put us at 27, right? Which we feel secure in that as well. I think we are completely fine. Yeah, they retreat. There you go. You love to see it. Good win for us. Absolutely awesome. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I know you'll love this one I made about Esme Cuckoo. It was a lot of fun. Other than that, make sure to like and subscribe, only if you did enjoy. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.